Bugs is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support y'all are constantly giving me. It's truly a blessing. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit this notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are insightful, give you good vibes, or uplift that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times at the moment and just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support y'all are constantly giving me each and every day. It's truly appreciating, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the channel I'm listening to is Lord Jesus, Anthony Summers, called Let Go of Fear, Overthinking, Worries, Cleanse All Negative Energy. Let me see. Let go of all negative energy. Okay. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Greatest source of light always come from the moments of darkness. It is so, so, so true. You know, we're all going through different stages of our lives where we're doing a deep reflection on how our lives are from this moment. At least I know I am. Seeing how much, even though the most hurtful, most tragic or traumatic situations have changed your life, to make you have a different outlook on everything that's taking place in your life. You know, a lot of times we still hold that energy of hurt, pain, maybe even self-pity, or, you know, a lot of times when things go down, you know, sometimes we don't realize, subconsciously or unsubconsciously, seeing ourselves as a victim of circumstances that, you know, are out of our hands, or certain things that we may have decided on and it took an ugly turn for the worse, you know. And it's just like, even though things may not go as planned as you felt that they should have, they always have a silver lining from it. And, you know, a lot of times it's like, especially depending on what it is, it's kind of hard at that moment to see these things. Like, even though it may be hitting heavy, it may do a damage on just on your vibrations, frequencies, whatever, even your train of thought. It always has a silver lining of some kind of knowledge you needed, or a lifetime of altering experiences that can change your life in a good way. And a lot of times, it takes a minute for you to be able to see that, 'cause especially, you know, if you got stuff going on in your life, it just depends on what it is, because there are certain things that, you know, can happen. It can kind of, you know, put you on a damper of your day. But then a lot of times you can just face it for what it truly is and allow yourself to keep moving on. It's like, these things can't be changed. You know, it could be people that are walking out of your life, people that you have showed all support for from in the beginning, and then when it came to your time, all of a sudden they don't flip the script on you and just left and abandoning you. And, you know, going through stuff like that, I can really understand how that feels. You know, a lot of times, you know, during my moments, I felt very lonely. There's things that, you know, couldn't be discussed, and, you know, it was always hurtful, because it's like my whole life I've always been that person not able to express myself in an honest way. I always had to, you know, soak it up and just keep going. I was always told, you know, it's not that big of a deal, get over it. But everybody else was able to go through their different situations in their life with, you know, all type of support. I just never got that. Or if I did, it was like it ended because somebody passed away, or, you know, something like that. But that's where we find our strength at, is through our pain, through the downfalls that we have, the setbacks, the failures, trying to meet your moments of bringing something beautiful out of your life, especially if your life has been like a Debbie Downer this whole single time, and there's a lot of times, like, especially if I don't do my videos consistently every day, I used to always allow myself to be in that happy moment, but there's a lot of times it was in the back of my head that, how are you going to feel a few days from now? Are you going to backtrack and go back to the things that, has really, messed you up and emotionally, mentally, or even challenged you in a spiritual way? A lot of things that we our strength usually comes from is like things where it makes you question your faith in God and yourself, within your path. It makes you go through certain things that are so heavy. It makes you just want to throw your hands up and give up. And it's just like something that it won't allow, your soul won't let you do that, because it's like, your life has been prepared for something a lot bigger than you may be able to comprehend at that moment, and I used to be that way, and there's sometimes I can honestly say I get in those feelings like, I keep doing things and it just feels like it's not being reciprocated the way I put them out, and just really trying my hardest. And a lot of times when you're going through your hardest on going hard for something you truly believe in, it may not be recognized in the time that you should have, like, hey, if I do it this way, do it that way, or I change the way I'm doing something, it should get recognition at that time. But that's where your challenges usually come in, God and, devil be playing on both of them. And it's both to create that challenge of strength that you really have to keep going, even when that's where that faith kicks in. It's like, even when things are surrounding you, it just maybe seem like everything's up against you. A lot of times when you have like asked God, or just went towards, even if you write down the things that you're trying to manifest in your life, and sometimes people feel like, okay, these are the things that I want to have happen in my life, but are not willing to put the work behind the manifestation. That's how manifestations go. A lot of times they won't happen overnight, or you may see people around you that are, moving up in your life, and it may make you feel like, dang, all these people are getting all these different things, and I keep trying, and it's just like, why is it not working for me? And you never know. When you see people going through those challenges, you never know what kind of hardships they have been in. Unless it's like somebody live in your own household, or it's like one of your friends from A1 to day one, and they're showing you. And a lot of times when you have friends like that, they're not telling you the whole full life story. Some people, it's good when you can have an open line of relationships, that y'all have that communication when things are good, and when things are, you can be that person, or they can be that person for you that's really cheering you on and giving you that vibration to say, hey, don't give up on yourself, don't quit. A lot of times the best success comes from failed experiences in our lives. You have to keep going at it. A lot of different things. It's just like when I see certain people in my life that has done, big traumatic situations, and it makes me go back and think about that. It's just like, wow, they didn't start up, they had downfalls, constant downfalls, and it wasn't easy for them to be able to get to the pinnacles they were trying to reach just right away. They had to go through those moments of not being heard, not being understood, not being recognized for the crafts that they were pushing out towards the world, all those different things. And it's just like, when they kept going at it and going at it, it usually happened through their darkest moments of, trying to transfer their life, having that, not allowing yourself to keep living in that vibration of fear, of just worrying about what people are thinking, how you're going to be accepted, how you're going to be understood. You have to understand there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to understand your journey, but as long as you can make sense of that, that's the only thing that matters, because this is your journey. There's a lot of different things that they may not know about, or you have been very vocal about those different things. It all depends on the situations you're going through, but there's always dark moments in our lives that are very challenging to us. And a lot of times, usually those dark moments brings you the most joy into your life later on, because it had to ignite something. It had to be able to click something, that your life is a lot more meaningful than you actually allow yourself to comprehend. You're part of doing whatever mission that you're up against, or you're coming into the forefront for, is so much bigger than you ever realize. And that's why a lot of times things get hard like that. It comes hitting you, to where it makes you question your confidence within yourself, that your faith within yourself as well as in the universe, is these things going to happen for you. And and I have to be able to tell myself a lot and remind myself, when you're allowing yourself to be, honest about your emotions that you're carrying, being very self-aware when you see that, your vibrations may be going to a past experience that really does set you off, or what somebody has done that really truly betrayed you. And it's like universe tries to make you shift and seeing this in a positive light. Like, how the heck is this positive when this and this and that happened and this and this and that? And it's a lot of times from those situations, it held some kind of truth. And it had to be up to you. Are you going to allow yourself to see it? Are you going to focus on all the things that took place? Are you going to see the situations that took place in your life that prepared you for something bigger because of those tragedies? And those are the things that, we're igniting with. There's a lot of people that have been exposed to a lot of different hurt, pain, trauma, or some kind of type of abuse. And it's like, when I see situations like that take place, when I can see, how people even make videos about certain situations that has happened in their life, and it led them towards something very big, something very powerful in their life, just from the tragedies that has taken place in their life. I forgot what video I did a few weeks ago, and it was just like when I was writing the description up about it, it was a tearjerker for me, because a lot of times you see so much sadness in the world, and you're really trying to understand how can these things really happen to those people. And it's just like, when it hit hard, and you're really trying to understand what beauty can come out of something so sad or something so hurtful and stuff like that. It's just like, I gave the example for, you had a loved one that passed away, and they meant near and dear to you. We all have to go through our circles of life of taking place, but come to find out that person decided to be a donor, and seeing that, it's just like, yes, this person has lost their time of being in that connection with you on that physical, but now they're being an advocate for other people, even though they're in that spiritual, the spiritual level now, they're transferred over, and they're there. And, being able to see that, I love when I watch videos, especially if a parent lost a child or something like that, and they decided to want to be a donor to all that. Then next, I seen one where the guy was doing this a marathon. It was a cyclist from one state to another, and his daughter's heart saved this young boy. And the guy, he's like, I have a gift for you. And then when I seen that, I was like, oh Lord, the vibration about to hit me. I'm already starting to tear up, because I knew it was something beautiful. And the guy, he was like, he brought him a stethoscope. He's like, I want you to be able to hear your daughter's with me. And you just see both of them crying, and all the families are coming together. And it's just like, a lot of times when you see stuff like that, it always brings some kind of beautiful moment out. It's like, yes, that person couldn't be saved, but look how that one person saved about 5 or 6 other people. And a lot of times that, I'm trying not to cry, y'all. Ooh, okay. But when you go through different things like that, at that time when you're going through something very painful into your life, and a lot of times you want to be able to speak about it. But even when I'm the type of person, it's like, yeah, I can allow somebody to know about the things that I'm going through, but it's just like that pain is still there, And I used to tell people, and I wouldn't get mad at them, because I know that they're trying to show sympathy towards the situations I've gone through. They were like, Roslynn, I can't even imagine, or I can imagine. And I tell people, I don't wish what I went through on my worst enemy. And I have a lot of them because of my situation. And I would never wish that type of pain on anybody, to ever have to go through. And then not knowing, just from that painful tragedy I've gone through, how many lives has touched my life, how many lives I don't touch with my experiences, being able to help people. And even though I didn't get, the clarity that I wanted and all the different things that I just prayed to God for, I started seeing the miracles out of a very hurtful situation, a situation for me, that I can be able to connect with so many beautiful people, and being able to tell them, you're not on your own. There's a lot of things that we go through in life, and it's just hard to just wrap your head around, why did this have to happen to me? Why did it always feel like I have to have the short end of the stick that takes the place in my life? And I'm really trying to be fulfilled with joy when I'm trying to move forward, even when I'm dealing with so much pain. I'm trying to be able to push out positive, frequencies towards people when my heart is constantly breaking, and when you're going through things like that, and it's just like, when I do my videos and I interact with a lot of people, y'all don't know, I'll be sitting up here crying sometimes. I'm like, damn, y'all don't really pull the emotional string. I'm like, but it feels good when people can tell me, Roslynn, you just don't know how I really needed to hear that video for today. I was really down on my vibrations. I just really was just trying to find that confirmation that everything is going to be okay. And then boom, I put out a video. And it's just like, those are the beautiful things that matter, that keeps me going, when I can feel that love there, that I know I can connect with somebody and understand and know we all go through our moments of darkness, and maybe we don't understand the beauty out of those tragedies that are about to take place or are taking place. You tend to do them when you're allowing yourself to be consistent on your cause, and just allowing yourself to know you have that beautiful light within yourself that is waiting for you to just allow it to shine. And a lot of times it's hard to do that when you're really trying to find your place, trying to find yourself on top of that, and just trying to keep at it and keep at it. So whatever you're being guided towards, even though you may be going through some very harsh moments right now, and a lot of us are, just allow yourself to know there's something unfolding that is going to be so beautiful for you, so magical for you, and it's going to give you power. It's going to remind you of your power that you didn't even know was there. And usually, it's okay to be able to look at the outside in, because somebody's looking from a different perception of your life that's taking place. And even though if they don't know it, they see the beauty that you hold. That, if you're trying to push out something positive, they say, I may not know that person's story, but they have that such a calming energy and beautiful. And they're letting me know if I can be authentic like this, there's so many people that can relate to that. And a lot of times I used to get angry because it was so many different things that I was trying to do selflessly. And I used to always ask God, if I'm doing all this from the heart, not looking for anything in return, except understanding that I can place some kind of a deeper understanding on somebody's life. That's all I want in return, to know I can make some kind of peace out of some chaotic, crazy situation that you're really trying to understand what is taking place in your life. And it's like, I constantly get bombarded with ugly energy that's constantly around me, or people are kind of always bring me back to that old part of me that's not even there anymore. It's like, I appreciate that old person, even though I don't really allow myself to identify with that. But it's just like my sadness, my disappointment, my life, the deception, the lies, the hurt, it brought something very beautiful out of me I didn't know was there. Because it's like, all the things that took place in my life, I always felt like it was my fault. And even though I was responsible for my own actions, that I had to really hold myself accountable, because before I never did that. And my situations, for me, having that big wake up call of having that nervous breakdown, it allowed me to see certain parts of myself that I had to relate to that was very toxic. Having, narcissistic vibrations or disorders that was connected to me, because those are the things that was exposed to me. So I thought that was normal. But then when I started researching and doing these things, like, hey, this is not normal, but you're allowing yourself to be able to identify and say, hey, these are a part of me, and I'm really trying to fix that. And that's where your strength comes from, when you're being honest that you're not in that right frequency, you're not all the way balanced. And that's where your strength like goes in hyperdrive, because you're allowing yourself to take responsibility for the parts of you that really needs to be that, you need to give that driving attention to say, I need to fix that part of me. Let me allow myself. I put love in so many other people that didn't grant that. They didn't, they didn't appreciate that. So why don't I allow myself that love that I was giving them, not say, just like F you, whatever, but give that love to myself, honor myself, being able to be heavy on my self-care, be able to be solid on my healthy boundaries, being able to say okay and say no, and not feeling bad for it. Or, if I'm not in that right state of mind, or that right vibration, somebody text me or call me, and I can't get there because I'm messing around with my own stuff. I'm honoring myself by saying, you know what, if this is an absolute emergency, yeah, I'll hit it right then and there. But if this is something I know I need to take care of myself first, because I might add something to, that person's life that ain't even supposed to be there. It don't even have nothing to do with them. being able to take care of myself first. And a lot of times with us being like that, having that heavy empathy has been taken advantage of. It was seen as a weakness, it's seen you as being not, stupid or idiot. A lot of times that's what a lot of people that like to manipulate, that's how they see people with empathic, energy like that. But it's just like you may be going through a dark moment right now, and it's fine. All of us go through things. And a lot of times we read up on our numbers, our posts, it's like, hey, you're in the right place at the right time. And trust, believe everything that's going on in your life, you may not like it, but it's putting you into a better perspective of yourself, of the path, what you were chosen to do. And a lot of times, like, how the hell is this supposed to be good for me when I got this person doing this and I got another person that's doing that? And now I'm trying to be accepting of myself on what I need to heal from. I keep on having constant friction that's coming on me, adding more and more and more. And you're trying to really understand that it's like, if God loves me, I hate to see what he would do if he hated me, but those are the things, I had to keep reminding myself, God usually has to be cruel to be kind. He has to really push you to that limit to be able to let you know this may be hurting you today, maybe even hurting you by tomorrow. But I trust and believe, as long as you're allowing yourself to keep making that next step forward and just say, even if it's just a little bit, you're doing more than you did yesterday. That's letting you know you're being consistent in some kind of way. Those little steps make a big impact when you're allowing yourself to keep doing that. There may be days you may get frustrated, and if you need to have that breathing moment, you need to take that pause for that cause, go ahead and do that, but get right back up. But when you get right back up, go harder than you did when you fell back down in the last time. You have to understand those are the things that's going to ignite to show you where that strength lies at, because it's going to show you no matter what was placed on your life at that time, whatever distractions was placed in your life that time, or how ugly somebody's actions towards you, especially if you didn't understand why they're coming like that with you in the first place, you allowed yourself to still keep going. You could have been wiping tears away and saying, I'm gonna be okay. I might be mad about it today, but I'm gonna keep allowing myself to go. And then you're gonna start seeing every day that you keep allowing yourself to, make a better purpose for your purpose of life. You start finding that light is getting brighter and brighter. It reminds you of your light, but it's also strengthening that light at the same time. And that's where it comes from, through your darkest moments. So I hope you were able to resonate. Y'all about to really start crying. I'm like, I ain't did that in a long time. But, if it's in my spirit, I go ahead and let it happen. And I'll be like, ooh, let me go ahead. But, we're all going through some different stuff right now. Don't be hard on yourself. If you need to just, the other day I sat up here and watched the movie Medea's Family Funeral, whatever that was. When I told y'all I laughed until I choked, I needed that laugh because I was crying so much, of so many different things that just, I just want to be able to make peace with. But it's just like, when you're allowing yourself, it's okay to be not okay all the time. It's okay to have a good cry. Don't allow yourself, just because other people have lost support from them, don't lose support for supporting yourself. If other people are not encouraging you, that's telling you to encourage yourself. If you have, people that want to motivate you, call you out on your own stuff when you're slacking off on yourself, you keep those people in your life because they want to see you do better. They want to see you thrive. They want to see you in a better mindset or a better place than what you are actually going right now. And they can see that. And those are the guides that God and universe, are placed in your life. Don't take advantage of that. I had to cut off so many people lately that it was like, universe told me to, reach out to them, and they weren't feeling it at the time where they're going that way. I didn't take it personal, but I had to be able to disconnect myself off. I got to honor myself. You have to be able to do that. A lot of times you're going to be having to make tough decisions. It's going to break your heart, but it's going to heal your soul. These are that moments where it's going to be an instant game changer for you, and you truly deserve that, because at every end of the storm, there's always a beautiful rainbow. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I love y'all so much. If the quality is still messed up, y'all, I'm still trying to find out my format. It just ain't working with me right now. So as long as you're able to hear it and, get the quality of that, that's the only thing that's truly important. I hope y'all have a blessed weekend, a beautiful Mother's Day. Much love and kisses to every mother out there, and even the ones that are no longer with us in this, in the physical. God bless them as well, and know they're always next to you. And giving, let me see, Rising Sun. Give a post notification shout out, y'all. Lisa Johnston, Stars the Limit 2013, Galactic Oregon, sorry. And Productive by Track Beats. Much love to you as well. So like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Drop me a line. I would love a chance to hear from you. As always, I leave my contact information in the description box below. And if you need to get in touch with me, you don't feel comfortable with dropping, a comment on the tube review, I completely understand. Whatever we discuss is always confidential. If I can't tell you from my experience, I always try to make sure I give the information to be able to further, your purpose of your past and give you a deeper understanding than you had when you first met me. So, I will see y'all on my next video. Be safe, be very responsible, have fun, but, be kind and loving to your dear loved ones. You never know. But make sure, even through social distancing, you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. That can really take somebody a long way. Much love to y'all. Peace. Talk to you later.